All right, this is the weekly weather impact briefing for Central North Carolina, covering the period July 17th through 23rd. So when it comes to this week's weather pattern, for the beginning part of the week, we really expect a typical summertime pattern with highs near normal and climatological chances for showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening hours. But by mid to late week, an upper level ridge over the Central Plains, it'll start to build toward the deep south, really just southwest of the Carolinas. And this should start cranking up the heat again, unfortunately. So by mid to late week, we'll see heat indices probably climbing at or above 100 degrees for a large portion of Central North Carolina, perhaps for several days in a row, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, into Saturday. When it comes to severe weather, early to midweek, Monday to today, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's really not much of a signal when it comes to severe weather. You can never rule out a downburst when it comes to, a brief isolated downburst when it comes to any thunderstorms this time of year. But aside from that, we do not expect a potential for severe weather through midweek. Now, it is possible maybe later this week into this weekend there could be some severe weather, but predictability and that type of pattern that we're in, or will be in, which is northwest flow aloft, is pretty low. So confidence is very low, and most likely any potential for severe weather would be well north of Central North Carolina, closer to the Mason-Dixon line, up in northern Virginia and southern Pennsylvania. So perhaps stay tuned to that, but at this time it's probably going to remain north. When it comes to rainfall amounts, when it comes to today through Wednesday, I would, we may, with scattered showers and thunderstorms, we're going to see, some isolated pockets of heavy rain, but not widespread, 100th to a 10th, like some of these graphics are showing. So, through midweek, mid to late week, expect isolated, areas of rain, but some areas may not get any at all. When it comes to the tropics, there's two disturbances out in the Atlantic with a potential to become a tropical cyclone. However, we do not anticipate either of these causing much trouble for the southeast or the Carolinas. The type of steering flow that's expected this week and into the weekend should keep anything either turning around way out in the Atlantic or suppressed well south into the Caribbean. So here's a graphic that just kind of demonstrates the heat indices we're expecting. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and perhaps into Saturday, peaking above 100 degrees. This graphic's for Raleigh. And heat advisories may be needed for portions of the area Wednesday and Saturday, perhaps. So unfortunately, the heat will return, the heat and the humidity. Looking ahead to next week, it looks like we'll stay in a pattern of at or above normal temperatures and at or above climatological chances for showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening hours. So in summary, it's going to be fairly typical for this time of year early this week, but the heat will return mid to late week with heat indices at or above 100 degrees in a majority of Central North Carolina, perhaps for several days in a row, and we'll probably need heat advisories for at least some of the area during that time. Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible pretty much each day during the afternoon and evening hours. Again, through midweek, no real potential for severe weather aside from the isolated downburst that you can't really ever rule out. Some potential may be there by the end of the week, Friday into Saturday, though confidence is low, and it looks like the best chance would be well north of our area. up into northern Virginia and southern Pennsylvania. And when it comes to the tropics, none of the disturbances that are out there are anticipated to cause much of a problem for the southeast coast.